Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rev Kit Holmes. It is Transformation Tuesday time. It is Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. And I think I'll start that again. Something just sort of glitched on me. Kit Holmes, Transformation Tuesday. I am standing in kind of an echoey, present moment, loud room at a home I bought. There's the train. A home I bought in Northwest Michigan 4 years ago. It is now 101 years old, this house. From its original iteration, it's had a couple of other things along the way. As you can see, if you know anything about working on old houses, you find things as you begin to peel away. That's my lesson today. Elbow grease, Transformation Tuesday. This wall behind me and the ceiling, there you go. So I'm scanning up. I spent the last weekend, majority of the last weekend, peeling 4, sometimes 5 layers of wallpaper off the original plaster walls. If you've ever done that, you know it is kind of a chore. There are some tricks that make it easier, but generally, most of the work requires a lot of elbow grease. I'm just going to keep going with all these metaphors here today of peeling back the layers to get to what I was really glad to find out was good walls, good foundations, good ceiling. There's a couple of spots, sure. In a 101-year-old house, there's some cracks. There's some cracks. Just as you and I have cracks in our lives, and over the years we tend to build up layers around us, layers of protection to hide what we think are our imperfections. Now, I came in here, the closet in this room is also wallpapered, and I started the project, I was going to start by just painting the closet so that I could get some things stored in it and just freshen it up a little bit. And there were some corners that were peeling. I started to peel and I realized, wow, yeah, this could be a big job. That was just on the closet. So I went ahead and painted, and I thought, you know, that's done and it's clean and it smells nicer and it's bright and it's white and all those things. But as I looked at this room, I had made the decision that everything in my life is, I want to have beauty in it. This has been a process for me over the last couple of years of finding the joy and the beauty in life. And that means peeling back the things that do not bring me joy or beauty, or that bring me a sense of beauty or a sense of joy. So when I started on this room, all the seams along the ceiling were peeling. Now, there's some cool parts to this. One was that when I got to the ceiling, realized what looked like popcorn texture, and many of you probably are familiar with that from homes from the 80s and the 90s. I thought, oh man, I'd really love to get rid of that. What turned out to be peeling wallpaper, I thought, on the walls was actually these giant sheets of a paper, but it wasn't wallpaper. It was like some kind of a surface, and then they sprayed or rolled or whatever they did, textured over it. And the fun, most rewarding part of it was that it came down, the whole ceiling stuff, that popcorn texture came down in about 4 giant pulls. And in fact, started to pull themselves off under the own weight of the latex and everything. And I was like, woohoo! So there was a gift in that. And it revealed a really good, intact, original lath and plaster ceiling. The walls took more work. It is the story of our lives, and there is the lesson today. If we want to get to the good stuff, if we want to get to the foundation and figure out who we are, what we're doing, what our purpose in this life is number one, set an intention that you are interested in beauty. That's my intention. You probably have some others. Whatever it takes to get there, I was willing to do. I was willing to do the elbow grease. And I've been doing this work for a lot of years. Sometimes it's uncomfortable and you want to quit. Sometimes the elbow grease is like, oh, screw it, I'm just going to paint over it. I reached that point a couple of times while I was in the middle of this work. And then I looked for another way to do it. I know that I am not the first person in the world to ever peel 5 or 4 or 5 layers of wallpaper off an old plaster wall. There are lots of things you can search for on the internet that will give you the tools and the tips and the tricks to do it much more easily with a lot less elbow grease. And therein is the metaphor again. There are guideposts, there are all kinds of things along the way that you can search and research if you check in with yourself and your intention. What is your intention for this life, for this project, for this moment in time? Basically what I'm getting at is asking the question over and over again, what do I want? What would I love? What would I love my experience to be? And then be willing to follow the guidance, ask for help, ask for professional help sometimes, and then take the steps. You are doing marvelous work, my friends. Yes, you are. I know you are. I believe in you. I know that when you lean in, the results are absolutely worth it. You're going to hear me say that a lot in the coming weeks. Leaning in, doing the work, throwing a little bit more elbow grease in, the results are absolutely beyond anything that you can imagine. The only way through it is through it. So hang in there. You're doing great. I love you dearly. And I will see you next week. Maybe there'll be some paint on the walls behind me. All right. Have a good one.